Our good friend Ozzy Ace sent over some audio of Eddie.
Eddie who? Trunk?
Eddie Trunk.
Okay.
Eddie goes nuts over the $600 Springsteen tickets, $30 beers, and $10 bottle of water.
$30 beers?
Yeah.
Wow, they really didn't want you to drink at that show, did they?
Apparently not.
Wow. Well, I'm interested to hear this, although I got to say I probably agree with him at $600 tickets and $30 beers.
Right.
That's fucking ridiculous.
Well, here we go.
That Springsteen on Broadway show. Those tickets are like... That's the real one I laugh about.
There's the Shriller is back.
Dad, it's Springsteen on Broadway! Can you believe it?
Eddie, you need to calm down, man.
No, I don't, man. It's Springsteen on Broadway!
You're a 50-some-year-old guy. You need to dial it back just a little bit.
But nearly $600 for Springsteen on Broadway!
About guy standing up there with his acoustic guitar. No band, no nothing. The man of the voice of the working man. The average ticket's like $600. My friend Wen, he showed me a picture of the concession signs. The beers are like, no, I'm not even joking. A can of beer is like $30. $30! God damn it!
Dial it back, Eddie. God damn.
My friend sent me a picture of the beer stand, and it's $30 fucking dollars! That's for beer! Can you believe it? Oh my God!
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, Eddie's a little too shrill.
And Ed, for God's sakes, you don't have to pay it, so what do you care? You know, I think he said on his show he doesn't even like Springsteen. Didn't he?
I don't think he's a fan.
Yeah, I think he said he went to a Springsteen show once because Bruce comped him, but he's not a fan.
Right.
So why does he give a shit? If Springsteen fans want to spend $600, I mean, that's Tim James era type shit, but whatever. If people want to spend it, go ahead, I guess. I mean, it's a stupid price, but okay. Dial it back, Freddie. Jesus.
A bottle of water was $10. Are you fucking kidding me?
Wow. You know he's passionate when he actually lets the F word slip.
He threw an F-bomb down on that one.
Wow. Here we go.
All right.
Oh, man. And that's the guy out for the working man. The voice of the working man. I couldn't do it. I can't see it. I mean, I just don't know how you reconcile selling tickets at that price. I don't care how small the venue, how intimate, how special. It's not needed. You're talking about a guy that's got more money than you could possibly imagine. Again, the man of the people, and you just don't need to charge those numbers. It's like one guy standing there with an acoustic guitar. It's obscene. It's obscene. But it's a free market. People are going to pay it. They're going to charge it. And the counter to that would be, well, okay, say Bruce charges $100 a ticket for the whole building. What's going to happen out front of the theater the night of the gig? There's going to be people out there paying $800-900 through scalpers.
Are they?
I would think, yeah. I would definitely think so.
Okay.
I mean, where was this show at? Was it at some little 300-seat club or something?
Yeah, he's doing Springsteen on Broadway.
So, I mean, but Broadway theaters usually hold a few thousand people, don't they?
I don't know how many, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like it's intimate, like 50 people or something.
No. It definitely at least 1,000, if not, like you said, a couple of thousand.
Yeah. So, I mean, Look, the bottom line to this thing is if people are going to fucking spend it, then whatever. If people, let's be really honest here. If Bruce was charging $600 and this thing was sold out, there was somebody outside that got $2,000 a ticket.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
Well, obviously the die-hard fans are going to go to this thing.
Yeah, and Springsteen fans are rabid. Springsteen fans are like Grateful Dead fans. They'll pay anything and travel anywhere to see it.
Well, what I think Eddie is trying to make a parallel here is that Springsteen is, quote-unquote, the hero of the blue-collar working man, and the blue-collar working man could not afford $600 tickets.
Is he really still?
I don't know.
I mean, come on. He was that guy up until, like, Darkness on the Edge of Town. Springsteen, I don't think that people look at him still as the working man guy. And I would say, I'm a Springsteen fan, so I would say that era of Bruce Springsteen went out at the very, very latest. I would say 2002 when he did The Rising, the album about 9/11.
Okay.
That's when he stopped being about the working man. Because all the albums that have come after it, Living the Dream and Magic and whatever, those, I mean, they're still kind of roots rock type things. But, no, the songs aren't really focused on, they closed down the mill and Mary can't get a job and she's pregnant. And, he's not doing that anymore.
You got to do that. You got to sing that like you're taking a shit.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Mary's got a pregnant belly. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Her big fat tits, they shake like a jelly. Whoa, whoa, whoa. 'Cause I was born by the river with rust and dirt. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I mean, that's Springsteen.
Well, I've never been a fan.
Say, I am actually.
I never liked Springsteen. I don't hate him. I just not a fan.
Good concerts, man. 3-4 hour fests.
I'm sure it is. I've heard about it, but he just doesn't strike that. I'm more of a Mellencamp guy.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Mellencamp was a little more radio friendly, I guess. A little bit. But he also Mellencamp, if you want to compare the two, Springsteen was the downtrodden guy that was still like nice, and Mellencamp was the, hey, fuck you, I'm going to do it my way, blue collar guy.
Yeah.
Because Mellencamp, he had those songs that were like, hey, you don't like it, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, more or less. He had the attitude.
Yeah, and Springsteen didn't. Springsteen just moaned. They closed down the mill in Youngstown.
Yeah.
The people all starved to death. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
The ghost of Tom Joad.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's what Springsteen did. Everything was this fucking despair with no happy ending to it. Every single song, man.
Yep. All right, Eddie, shrill us some more.
Yeah.
So can you blame him for saying, well, shit, I'm the one doing the work. Why don't I pocket the $700 extra? I would want that. If I was in a band with a hot ticket and I was trying to do the fair thing and price the ticket at $100 a pop, and I was finding out that everyone else was paying $800-900 online or through scalpers, I'd be like, I sold myself short.
Oh, that's ridiculous, Eddie.
That's a stupid thought.
That's a stupid thought. Number one, Springsteen has a guarantee.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't matter what the tickets sell for or who sells them for what. It's just like he agreed to play this theater on a nightly basis for $50,000 or whatever his contract is.
Right.
How much money was spent on those tickets in the end makes no difference.
Not only that, and I can only speak on this because I've bought just a shit ton of tickets lately. Everything that you buy, you have to buy them online anymore. I don't think you can, in most places, I mean, I guess you could walk up and buy them if they haven't sold out, but to pre-purchase tickets now, you have to do it online. And every pair of tickets, and I bought a bunch. I've bought 5, 6, 7 pairs of tickets in the last month. Every pair has a stipulation that you can't get them. Like if you pick them up at will call, you can't get them unless you show ID and the credit card that you used to buy them.
Yeah, that's been that way a while.
Yeah, so, this whole thought of people standing outside scalping them, well, maybe that could be true if you walked into the box office with your ID and everything and took a chance that you'd sell them that night. But it's really not like a StubHub type of a deal. Although you did see that Ticketmaster finally got busted for fucking illegal scalping, didn't you?
Well, didn't I send you that?
Yeah, thank God. But it's still going on.
Well, of course it is.
Dude, I bought my fucking Bob Seger tickets this week on Friday. I went online. They went on sale at 10 o'clock. I went online at 10:15, I think it was. 10:15, I go online. The floor was completely sold out.
Of course, because they didn't make them on sale to begin with.
Yeah, so I ended up having to sit side stage. I'm in section like 123 or something. But all the really good seats were gone.
Of course they were.
I was like, what the fuck is this? And Ticketmaster saying, "Oh, we don't have our under." Shut up. Yes, you do. Yes, you fucking do. Otherwise, I could have got floor seats 15 minutes in. Shut the fuck up.
And we'll cover that story right after Eddie's done shrilling.
Okay.
All right. All right, Eddie, go ahead. Shrill us some more.
Why are these guys on the corner or on websites making $700 off my back? I better raise the price of the ticket if that's what people are willing to pay, if that's what the market will bear.
Wait a minute. Springsteen does not set the ticket prices.
No.
The promoter sets the ticket prices.
Well, you would think Eddie would know that.
So the promoter contracts with Springsteen and they say, hey, you could do this Springsteen on Broadway. We'll pay you whatever he wants a night, whatever they negotiate that number to be.
Right.
And Springsteen says, okay, let's just round it out at $50,000 a night.
Okay.
Springsteen says, okay, I'll play a theater, whether there's one person or it's totally sold for $50,000 a night.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter what the guy out on the street is selling them for because Springsteen is going to pocket his $50,000 a night that he agreed to play.
Right.
Who cares?
Yeah. And the promoter, unfortunately, and that's another piece that they always sort of conveniently leave out, is that the promoter has other expenses other than the fucking artist.
Yeah. They got to pay for the lights. They got to pay for the staff. They got to pay for the venue. They got to pay for security. They got to pay for, whatever.
Yes.
Yeah. So the promoter has to decide what the ticket price is in order to make it worth their while to put the show on.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So for Eddie to go, well, Springsteen decides. No, he doesn't.
Springsteen probably had no idea.
No, and nor does he care.
No, he probably doesn't know. I would bet, he's, because he's a super, super huge star at this point. I would bet he's so insulated he has no idea what a Bruce Springsteen ticket costs.
Right.
I would bet he has no idea what a gallon of milk costs. Would you think that he's that insulated that he doesn't know that kind of shit too? I do. He sure doesn't know what his tickets cost.
No.
He probably doesn't know what city he's in. He just fucking shows up where he gets off the plane and they drive him somewhere and he fucking sings.
Yeah. So this is a dumb argument. Eddie, I appreciate the fact that you put in 30 plus years doing your show, but it's not Springsteen sitting there. Look at the guy on the street is selling these for $900. I need to up my price.
These guys are fucking me.
Yeah, right. Sure. Whatever.
I have $1 billion in the bank, but these guys are fucking me here.
Yeah, right. Whatever. It's the promoter that should be concerned more than Springsteen.
Yeah, no kidding. Promoter needs to have an army of cops to arrest the people outside. They're selling the tickets.
And they probably do. Some of them get arrested, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
That's why it's called scalping.
Yep.
The artist collected, if you guys are willing to pay obscene amounts, the only way it stops is when you guys put the brakes on and say, ain't paying that. And then what happens? Price drop, which we're hearing calls about every day at shows. Ed just sent me a note. Springsteen's show on Broadway tonight on StubHub. You want to go? $3,500.
You going, Chris?
Oh, not.
That was half your take-home last week.
Yeah, no shit. Fuck that.
You got to go?
No.
You love Springsteen.
Not that much. I saw Springsteen fucking 3 or 4 nights in a row at the Cleveland Stadium for like $10 a ticket. I'm not going, the last time I used to go to every tour that he did. I mean, I've seen Springsteen easily 20 times. And I stopped going after 2002 because he was boring now. He just has like a boring stage and he just doesn't do anything fun anymore. Doesn't tell any stories. He just fucking riffs through the fucking songs and done. Goes out, gets his check, and leaves. I'm done.
Actually, no, I found the highest price ticket right now, $5,250 each.
Just ludicrous. Now, I'd love to know how much Springsteen gets a taste of that for.
None.
He gets a contractual price. You should know this, Eddie.
Eddie knows this. He's just fucking. He's got a lot of hours to fill each week.
What does he get out of this? He gets his contracted price. That's what he gets.
Yeah. How much do you get, Eddie, when you have more listeners than less? You get the same fucking check. Shut up. Right?
Yes.
If Eddie does 10,000 listeners to his show today and 5,000 tomorrow, he gets the same check for each day.
Well, my numbers were higher today. I need a little extra taste in my check this week.
That's not how it works, dude. Stop. Think about your own life just for 1 second, dude. I know you're the commentator for the common man, apparently, but, dude, I can't believe. I think he's just filling time. Honestly, I don't believe for a second he doesn't know that the artist has nothing to do with this, other than the artist, and the 50,000 is crazy low. If he's
I was only throwing that number out. I'm not saying that's what it is, or even close to what it is. I'm just, had to use a number.
Bruce Springsteen is charging about $1 million a show, I would bet. And that's why the tickets are $300 a piece. Because this agent, or was it 300 or 600 or whatever? 600?
Yeah, 600.
Yeah, well, 3,600, what is that? 1.8? Right?
Yeah.
3.6, 1.8 million.
Yeah.
That'll pay the artist and pay all the expenses. That's how that works. Do the math, Ed. And I'm terrible at math, but I know that much. I mean, I'm sure it's a small venue, and the venue's got to make money too. Look, nobody's trying to break even. That's always another fallacy that I love when people get into this fucking kind of conversation. Ed is looking for the number to be even. Well, after the show, this guy gets this, and everybody's paid, and everything's equal. There's nothing left. Well, the guy that owns this venue, Live Nation or whoever, they don't want to fucking break even.
They want to make a profit.
They want to make if they guarantee Bruce Springsteen $1 million, the thought is that they're going to double that in their own take. Don't you think?
Well, you would think that would be the ideal situation.
Yeah. So stop with this. They're trying to make money too. And if people want to pay it, then that's their dumbasses that are paying it. Now, the gouging to me is on the concession, though. That's fucking bullshit.
Well, it is New York, so it is like, taxes and everything else.
But still, it's $30 for a beer. That's fucking retarded.
You use the R word, dude. I'm really offended.
I'm offensive. That's my nature.
All right.
On StubHub. There's no way he's not getting a taste there.
Stop it with that. Stop it.
In fact, the seller on StubHub is B. Springsteen. How can that be? How can B. Springsteen be selling tickets on StubHub? He must be out there getting a taste.
It's ridiculous.
If Bruce Springsteen was getting a taste, Bruce Springsteen has enough money that he would just set up his own ticket sales on fucking BruceSpringsteen.com.
Correct.
He doesn't need fucking StubHub, and he doesn't need fucking Ticketmaster. If he really wanted to go that route, he could fucking sell them on his own website and make all the goddamn money, and then just pay to rent the room. He could probably rent the room for $100,000 for a night, and pay everybody, and fucking make even more money. It's too much of a hassle, Ed. Come on.
Yeah, he'll just take his check and go home.
Yeah, it's like, fuck it. I'll just show up, I'll get a check, and I'll leave. And he won't even see the check. It'll go to some manager that'll send it to some accountant, and the money will end up in his account.
Of course.
You think he even knows how much money he has?
Doubt it.
I doubt it, too.
That's why all these, stars, they end up going broke, or they go, oh, my manager stole millions of dollars from me.
Yeah, because they don't know.
It's like, how did that happen? Well, I don't pay attention to that shit.
He's not an accountant. He's the working man's guy.
Yeah.
And I'd love to know what the face price of that ticket is. Probably $800-900. But that's what I mean. So what's and here's where I'm defending the artist here now. How much would we be killing Springsteen if he sold his tickets at $3,000 a piece?
He doesn't sell them, Ed.
Yeah. How much would it kill Ed to bring back that metal show for $50 a week?
Yeah.
How much would it kill Ed to do that? He could do that. He's probably got all the gear to do it. If some fucking channel said, we'll give you Jameson and Florentine $50 each, and we'll take care of all the production of your show. He could do that, but why doesn't he do it? Because that's fucking not smart. Right?
Yeah, of course.
That's just dumb. His own logic doesn't work for his own career. What is he thinking here?
He's not. He's trying to relate to the common man. He's trying to relate to guys who don't know any better.
I really think he's just filling time on this topic.
Yeah, you're probably right.
He's just killing it.
It's just criminal. People are getting rich, man.
I gotta do a 20-minute segment on something. Oh, I got something. Let's try this.
I'm gonna feed into the thing that these people are ripping you off, man.
Yeah, man.
They've got millions and millions and millions, and you guys are working and busting your hump just to come up with the mortgage, and you expect to go see Springsteen for $600 a ticket? Fucking ridiculous, man.
Springsteen charges $600 a ticket. Well, I only charge $22.50 for my new book. So you should buy my book instead, man.
The internet. How if he put his tickets up for sale and face price was $3,000 each? We'd really be going crazy.
But
would. You got lunatics willing to.
Who would? Who would be going crazy? You, Ed?
Well, he would be.
Me, I'd hear about that and I go, well, whatever.
Doesn't affect me any.
I'm not going anyhow, so why do I care?
Yeah, I mean, dude, no matter who it is, your favorite artist of all time. If Dokken fucking sold tickets for $3,000 a piece and wouldn't guest you wouldn't go.
You're right.
You'd be like, fuck that, pal. I'm gonna pull out Live from the East and watch that while you're playing.
Just do me a favor, since you're sitting there in front of your computer.
Yeah.
Look up Springsteen on Broadway. See who's selling those tickets. See if it's under B. Springsteen.
All right, let me see.
Who's selling them? Are they Live Nation? Are they the individual theater? Or who's selling them?
That's Springsteen on Broadway. Let's see. The best value is StubHub, ConcertBroadway.com. It looks like it's the theater.
Okay. So it's the promoter, whoever has the rights to that theater.
Yeah, it's Walter Keir Theater.
Okay.
Let's see how much tickets are for this. I'm going to go to tickets for October 2nd.
Right. There. Does it say, just let us all know if it says B. Springsteen on there as the seller.
It doesn't say. Cheapest ticket is $13.91 each. Highest price is $55.80 each. Which is still, so what? Don't go. You know, that's what I'm thinking. Just don't go.
Yeah, if you don't have that kind of scratch, then you're not going to go.
First of all, why would you pay that much money when there's like fucking 50 dates or whatever? It's not like it's like a short run. He's doing like 30 dates or something.
Yeah, he's got a residency.
Yeah, well, just don't go. Plus 40 more. Holy fuck. It's like 100 dates of this shit. I'm sure it'll be good, but I don't think it'll be $1,300 worth of good.
Right.
I don't think I'd pay him $1,300 to sing it in my house. Not really.
I wonder how many. Can you see how many seats that theater has?
Well, let's find out.
So we can kind of do the math and see if they sold face value, what a nightly take is.
Seating. Well, just 975.
Okay, let's just round it out at 1,000.
So 1,000 times 600 would be what? 6 million?
Well, you said the ticket. What's the average?
Those are like StubHub type
Oh
things.
no! What is the theater tickets?
Well, the theater sells through one of these brokers.
Oh, they do. So you can't buy them
tickets.
directly from the theater.
Yeah, I don't. Well, let me see. You can look up the Walter Keir Theater. Walter Keir Theater. See if they have just a website. They don't seem to have. Well, I could buy them through Ticketmaster.
All right, let's do Ticketmaster. That's not a brokerage per se.
Yeah.
It is, but it's not.
Let's see what those tickets cost. Those tickets cost. No, they're not on sale yet. How can? Oh, it's sold out. Maybe it's sold out, and that's why they're all on sale. For those, I'm gonna go to like November 3rd. Let me go to like a Wednesday, October 31st. Oh, see, this is why they're so expensive. They're all sold out.
But we don't know what the face value is.
No, it doesn't, because there's none to buy. Now, every date is sold out.
Can you type in and say what is the face value of?
What is the face value of Springsteen on Broadway tickets? It is. It doesn't really say. Oh. Tickets for Springsteen on Broadway will cost up to $850.
Okay.
So
let's just say it's $850,000 a night.
Yeah, no, it'd be 8.75 million.
It's 1,000 times 850.
Or so it'd be 8.5 million. Right?
No.
Yeah. 1,000 times 850. Yeah, I'm wrong. Dude, me and math. I am a fucking dummy.
850,000, right?
Yeah, I think so.
So it's 1,000 times 850.
50. I'm so stupid.
That's 850,000.
Yeah.
So let's say Bruce is getting $250,000 a night.
He's getting more than that, but
well,
okay.
I'm just saying he gets minus 250,000.
Mm-hmm.
So the theater is making 600,000 a night.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then they got the theater costs and the taxes and the staff and the, all that.
Yeah.
So here, so Springsteen pockets his $250,000 a night.
Mm-hmm.
Does he care what StubHub is selling him for?
Couldn't give a fuck.
That's what I'm saying.
He made his money, and the shows are sold out. So, what does he care?
Yeah, I agreed to play for $250,000 a night.
Yeah. The ones that care, but the ones that should give a fuck about the StubHub is the promoter, because if people don't buy them off of StubHub and those tickets go empty, then you're not going to get people to buy those $30 beers.
Right.
And then you're going to be having a lot of fucking, lost revenue.
All right, Eddie.
Spend it. So why not? If the ticket's face priced $800, and somebody is going to go tonight and drop $10,000 on 2 tickets to watch Springsteen with a guitar sing and talk to you for an hour and a half or 2 hours. Why shouldn't Bruce get a taste of that $8,000?
He's getting a taste.
Why does he care, Eddie?
He's getting a full taste.
Why does he care?
He's getting a full taste.
It's just stupid. You were so off base on this, Eddie. I'm sorry.
Get this, $9,500 a ticket, Orchestra Center for tonight.
You better be sitting in his lap. He better let you blow the harmonica.
Careful, Eddie. Careful.
Easy.
Careful.
Take it easy, Ed.
What is wrong with him? Jeez. Let's go.
Holy shit, you better be duetting with them for that. Yeah, Friday night, New York City. Come on, hon, let's go see Springsteen. It's only $20,000 for a couple tickets. Oh, and the beer, $30 a can.
Well,
but again,
they sell beer in a can?
I guess, but I'm going to say this. If you can afford $9,000 for a ticket, I think you can afford $30 for a beer.
Right.
Just a hunch. If you're dropping 20 G's for tickets, I don't think the beer cost is going to be what sets you apart.
Yeah. When Bruce looks out over that theater of 1,000 people, as far as he's concerned, everybody paid $800.
As far as he's concerned, he has no clue. They might be all fucking comped for all he cares.
Yeah.
He got his money.
That's all that matters.
He's going to just show up for work, lunch pail in hand, and do his job because he's for the working man.
Exactly. He'll even eat a bologna sandwich in between the sets.
Yeah. I wonder if Ed thinks that, too, that Springsteen still fucking carries a lunch pail to the fucking shows. Opens his thermos, has a little soup. You know, like a construction worker. Stop it, Eddie.
Right.
He hasn't been that guy since 1978. For God's sakes, dude.
He's a lunch pail, Bruce.
Yeah. Are you forgetting that this is a guy that once married a fucking model? All right? This is not fucking the average working Joe, you dickhead.
Hail and kill caller, you're on the air.
Hey, what's up, Neely? This is Salvatore.
Hey, what's up, Sal?
You know, this Bruce Springsteen thing, you guys got me trying to do math on a Saturday night. I'm all fucked up about it. I read some LA Times article that said the show brought in $23 million in the first week. I don't know if it's those crazy concessions, but if it brought in that kind of money, I would think Bruce wants more than $250,000 a show.
Well, I don't know what he gets. I was just trying to round it out just to make it a easily, configurable number. Chris is
well,
thinking...
you're fucking with me and Chris's head, man. We don't want to crack these kind of numbers.
Well, Chris is thinking $1 million a night, but if the place only holds 1,000 people and the promoter is only getting $850 a ticket, he can't pay Bruce $1 million a night and only take in $800,000.
I will say this though, Eddie. I'm with Chris. I mean, Chris is being nice. I hope he's just killing time because he's not really making any plausible point. I don't know what he's getting at here. It like you said, it's pretty cut and dry how this business works, and you'd think Eddie would be on board with that by now.
Well, maybe he's, partaking in a little bit of the Stephen Piercy medicine.
Oh, hey, look, I'm getting tapped on the shoulder. I got to get out of here.
Hail and kill.
Hail and kill.
It's funny.
Love the shrilly Eddie.
Yeah.
Here we go.
And there's people willing to spend it. It's madness. So why wouldn't the artist benefit in it? If it's because of them that people are spending the money, then they should get the lion's share of the money.
No, they shouldn't.
Yeah, why?
If I bought a pair of tickets for this Springsteen show and I got it at face value at $800 a ticket,
yeah,
and I couldn't go, and you were really wanting to go, and I thought to myself, well, Chris really wants to go. I could give it to him for face value, but maybe I'm just going to, I'm going to get a little taste off of this. So I will say, hey, Chris, I got 2 tickets for Springsteen on Broadway. I'll give them to you for $1,000 apiece. And you said, okay. And so you come to the house with your $2,000 and you're about ready to hand me that $2,000. for those 2 tickets at $800 a piece. Do you think I'm going to get this? Who is it? It's Bruce. What are you doing there, Bruce? Hey, I understand you're selling those tickets for $200 above face. I'm here to get my taste.
I need $40 of that.
Yeah. Where's my taste in that? Why should you profit off of my show?
Please. They booked him for, he's got 30 whatever shows or whatever. They probably booked him at just a core price, $20 million or something for 30 fucking shows. And they're selling for whatever they can get. And people are buying them. That's it. Springsteen doesn't give a fuck about any of this shit. His management team was like, look, leave that fucking E Street bunch of fucking moochers home. We're gonna pay $12 for a stool, $30 for a fucking acoustic guitar, and you're gonna sit on that stool and fucking strum and sing the Ghost of Tom Joad and fucking collect $20 million for your fucking Christmas money.
Yeah, that's what a residency is.
Yeah. And he's doing it by himself, though. He doesn't even want to pay the E Street guys. That's the funny part. Leaving those guys all home.
Right.
But Bruce has always been shrewd like that. Do you realize that he doesn't that the only record that he ever had that's listed as with him and the E Street Band was that live box set?
Is that right?
Yeah, all the rest of them, if you look up any of them,
it's just Bruce Springsteen.
It's just Bruce Springsteen.
Yeah.
So he didn't have to pay those guys. He just paid them studio wage. He paid them to come in the studio and perform. He never, they don't get royalties or anything from, or mechanicals or whatever you would get if you were like a band. All those records are listed, and look them up. Look up any cover you want to of Springsteen. They're all just Bruce Springsteen. Not Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Band.
Right. Well, it's the same way with Mellencamp. He did the same thing.
Yeah, but Mellencamp had different players.
Yeah, well, he had a solid band there for a lot of years.
Did he?
Yeah.
I thought he always switched guys. I thought he was one of those
No,
guys.
he had all the same players from the very early years all the way up to 2000.
Right.
No, 90. It was like 93, I think. I think Larry Crane, his friend and guitarist, quit over money issues.
Right. Well,
he didn't feel he was getting paid enough.
I think the difference, though, is the E Street Band was pretty famous. Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Band the E Street Band itself was pretty famous.
Yeah.
To not get any royalties or anything.
I think John Bon Jovi is very similar too.
Oh, is Bon Jovi not a?
I don't think it's a band.
It's not a band. It's
Nope.
just John.
They've always been, as far as I know, I think they've always been, contract players.
Yeah. Wow. That's amazing. It's amazing that these guys, and at the time when these guys signed these ridiculous deals, they were like, fuck, I'm going to be out on tour. That's going to be great. $1,000 a week. Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Tom Petty, I think, was always listed as Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. Wasn't he on the records?
Yes.
I think he always took care of his guys.
Yeah, I think he only had one record where it was just Tom Petty.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, hey, more power to them, man. If they found a way to, fuck their guys over. Good for them.
Right.
Clarence Clemens probably died broke. Couldn't afford to bury him.
All right, here we go.
But you can't put a ticket up for sale for that. As exorbitant as the face prices are, they're going way above it. So again, it's just market correction. The market's going to bear what it's going to bear. Tonight, you want to see Springsteen on Broadway. 2 great seats might set you back almost $20,000.
2 tickets for the price of a Honda Civic.
Okay.
That's it.
Why does he care?
I don't know.
It's not even the music he listens to. He
I know.
doesn't even like Springsteen.
I know. I just think that he's kind of pandering to his fan base who probably believes that. But we've talked about this on the show a million times.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the artist, it's the promoter.
Right. Well, whatever. I'm sticking to what I said. I think he's just killing time. I think he didn't have a bunch of topics, so he just fucking wung it with that one.
Yeah, but he should be a little more. He knows better than that.
Yeah, he doesn't sound very educated in the business that he's been in for 35 years or whatever. You know, he knows that these guys just get a fucking, set fee to show up.
They make a contract for, I'll play 30 shows for $20 million.
Yeah, exactly.
Whether one person shows up or the place sells out.
Yeah. And that's the way it is in life. Think anybody that's listening should think about their own job. If they work extra hard today and half-ass it tomorrow, guess what? You still get the same paycheck on fucking Friday. You don't get a fucking lopsided Monday and a week or Tuesday. You just get your same, $150 a day or whatever you make.
Whatever you agreed to work for.
Whatever you agreed to. You're making $20 an hour? Okay. That's whether you're working hard or barely working.
Right.
Same with this. Springsteen agrees to $500,000 a show. That's what he gets. Doesn't fucking matter what it costs or what sales are or concessions or anything else. He's getting paid. If nobody shows up, if he plays to the fucking concession guys, he's still getting his $500,000.
Exactly.
That's how it works. That's how it's always worked. That's probably how it's always worked. Do you think there was ever a time when fucking artists on that scale played for the door? I mean, honestly.
No, of course not.
Mega guys. You think the Eagles ever played for fucking... All right, I hope we get 3,000 in here tonight so we can fucking make it.
Yeah, because their contract is not predicated on whether they get all the people in it, Yeah.
It's like, whatever, dude. Just show up. Make your money, and hopefully people will come. That's the promoter's job. That's why so many bars go out of business and all these fucking shows that we talk about all the time fold. Because they mismanage the fact that they misappropriate how many people are going to show up.
Exactly.
They assume that they can fucking write a $500,000 worth of contracts, and then when they sell 31 tickets leading into the fucking show, then they can't afford it, and they know they can't afford the bands when they get there, so they just fucking close the doors and fuck everybody.
Prime example is the Loud and Lima guy last year.
Yeah.
He didn't return this year.
No, he didn't, even though he said he was going to.
Yeah, okay.
He did say he was coming back.
Well, yeah, of course he did, but it didn't happen.
Right. Yeah. Same story. Well, same with, Justin Murr. Justin with the Rockin' Skull.
Yeah.
Last year was no Rockin' Skull. This year that I'm aware of. If there was, I'm unaware. If there was, it's not being promoted by Justin. I know that because Justin is, he's still on my Facebook, and I haven't seen dick about it. So,
of course.
Oh well, whatever.
All right. Well, real quick here.
Yeah.
Ticketmaster claims it's fighting scalpers tooth and nail, but it may be aiding them in the private.
Yeah, of course.
Expose at CBS News and the Toronto Star have shown the company courting professional scalpers even when it's clear they're using bots or otherwise violating Ticketmaster's terms of service. Mm-hmm. The company quietly launched a secretive ticket inventory system called Trade Desk that lets scalpers unload high volumes of tickets and quickly resell them at the price of their choice.
Yeah.
I wonder if Springsteen is getting a taste of that.
Yeah, probably not.
Moreover, Ticketmaster salespeople caught on camera were adamant that they didn't verify whether or not Trade Desk users were violating terms of service, including the use of bots. At least one rep was fully aware of the activity. Mm-hmm. Trade Desk users also get advantage that the other resellers don't. They get a 3% discount on Ticketmaster's 7% selling fee, and they receive further discounts when they reach 500,000 and $1 million in sales. There's a strong incentive to scalp tickets in bulk. In other words, we have asked Ticketmaster for comment and repeatedly denied an interview request to CBC and the Star journalist. However, in a statement, the company's Catherine Martin didn't answer specific questions and instead defended the basic concept of ticket resales. As long as there's an imbalance between supply and demand in live event tickets, there will inevitably be a secondary market. As the world's leading ticket platform, representing thousands of teams, artists, and venues, we believe it's our job to offer a marketplace that provides a safe and fair place for fans to shop, buy, and sell tickets in both the primary and secondary markets.
What a bunch of shit.
I agree with that.
That's a bunch of shit. You know what? Here's where I have a problem. And I'm going to be full disclosure here. I actually have a secondary ticket website that I maintain. So I'm in this business a little bit. You know, I make a little bit of money every year from I have a site, ataboy.com, ataboy.com. Go buy your tickets there, folks. But I have a site that does secondary tickets. And that's the reason why, because you sell them, they're on sale for more expensive, and you get a taste. And you know, I get a 6, 7, 8, 10% fucking percentage off of the tickets that are sold. You know, and that's fine. But the problem that I have with that whole thing is that why is it that somebody that bought tickets cannot sell them? Can't go outside and sell those tickets, but StubHub can. What makes StubHub better than me? Right?
Don't know the answer.
I mean, that's where I always have a problem, is if I have tickets and I want to sell them for whatever reason. You know, if I had $20,000 and I wanted to buy, you know, 40 tickets to see Bob Seger, and I know that show's going to sell out, and I want to sell them, why can't I? Why is it illegal for me to set up a website and sell them? They're the original tickets, but it's not illegal for StubHub unless they're fucking, you know,
endorsed
hand in hand with Ticketmaster.
Yeah, of course.
That's bullshit, man.
I agree.
Well,
as you might have noticed, though, these aren't fans; they're scalpers. And the practice appears to be unethical, especially when the UK and New York State have set out to ban ticket bots. Ticketmaster is effectively double dipping. It's charging commissions for the initial ticket sales, knowing that it can charge the scalpers again when they put those tickets up for sale. It also directly contradicts the company's official claims. While it publicly declares itself opposed to scalpers and bots, the evidence suggests that it is privately encouraging those practices in order to rake in more fees.
Right.
Ticketmaster has issued a second response where it is categorically denying the claims that it has a program enabling scalpers and does not condone what the sales representative said about ignoring obvious scalping practices.
And that's horseshit.
I agree with that.
Bullshit, because all they got to do is fucking have policy on their tickets. The tickets cannot be resold for any reason. And that ends fucking StubHub and all the other bullshit. That completely ends it. They can't, if they sell their tickets where you have to show an ID for your ticket, you know, to get in, and you can't resell it to, you know, your friend, your neighbor, whatever, problem solved, right?
You would think.
Seems easy enough to me.
The company added that it's reviewing both accounts and staff behavior and that will have extra safeguards to proactively monitor this activity. You can read the full statement below. It is categorically untrue that Ticketmaster has any program in place to enable resellers to acquire large volumes of tickets at the expense of the consumers.
Mm-hmm.
That's why the whole floor of Bob Seger was gone already.
Yeah, it's bullshit.
Ticketmaster seller codes of conduct specifically prohibits resellers from purchasing tickets that exceed the posted ticket limit for any event. In addition, our policy also prohibits the creation of fictitious user accounts for the purpose of circumventing ticket limit detection in order to amass tickets intended for resale. A recent CBC story found that an employee of Ticketmaster's resale division acknowledged being aware of some resellers having as many 200 Trade Desk accounts for this purpose. Trade Desk is Ticketmaster's professional reseller product that allows resellers to validate and distribute tickets to multiple marketplaces. Mm-hmm. We do not condone the statements made by the employees, as the conduct described clearly violates our terms of service.
Yeah, no shit.
The company had already begun an internal review of our professional reseller accounts and employee practices to ensure that our policies are being upheld by all stakeholders. Moving forward, we will be putting additional measures in place to proactively monitor this type of inappropriate activity.
Mm-hmm. Great. So nothing's going to change.
No, of course not.
You know, StubHub is still going to sell fucking $100 tickets for $340.
Right.
That's what's going to happen. You know, it's fucking bullshit.
Well, back when I used to buy tickets on a regular basis, you remember the days when, before the internet, where you actually had to go to the Ticketmaster.
Yeah.
And you'd have to stand in line and wait.
Yeah.
And I've been like really close to the front of the line at some places, and you go up and go, give me two of the best, and already they're putting you up in the second level.
Section 520.
Yeah, and the tickets only been on sale for less than a minute.
Right. And it's like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah. It's like, how could that possibly be?
And I stood in line and fucking waited in the rain so I could get floor tickets. You tell me the best I can get is upper bowl?
Exactly.
Fuck you.
So it's always been a racket.
It is. That's why more and more I like going to smaller shows. At least with the smaller shows, you don't have as much of the hassle. The big shows are fucking impossible anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, the big shows are configured in a way that the only way you're really going to get good seats is if you buy the VIP packages.
Yep.
You have to buy the $1,000 VIP package, and then you get some kind of upgrade of your ticket or something. That's the only way. And I'm not willing to do it. There's nobody I would spend $1,000 to see. There's not an artist out there today that's active. The only one I could think of that could get back together would be Zeppelin. And even then, 1,000 seems a bit much for me.
Sure.
Would you pay 1,000?
If it was a Zeppelin show,
yeah,
I might consider it.
Yeah. See, I've seen them, so I don't know. That would be tough. That would be tough.
I said I'd consider it. I didn't say I would, but I'd consider it.
Yeah, that's a lot of dough, man.
It is. I agree.
It's a lot of dough for 2 hours of some fucking 75-year-old guys. I was hemorrhaging. Just fucking my 2 Bob Seger tickets were $284.25. And I was
for both or a piece?
For both.
Oh, okay.
For both. But I was holding my heart on that one. I was like, oof, it's almost $300 fucking bucks to not sit on the floor. That's where I'm. That's what bothers me. I get it if you want to sit in really, really good seats that you pay more, but man, oh man, what does that equal? 140 whatever dollars a piece for fucking to not sit on the floor, to sit on the side stage. That's like fuck. That's not that great. And I'll do it, and I'll get a couple of drinks at me, and then it'll be fine. At $20 a drink, apparently.
Oh, $30.
$30 a beer, apparently.
What does Springsteen get out of this?
Yeah. He's got to be getting a taste. Shut up, Ed.
Ellen Kill caller, you're on the air.
Hey, Ellen Kill, boys. This is Jackal.
Hey, what's up, Jackal?
No, I got a quick question on this ticket bullshit.
All right.
If people stop going to these, and I'm going to use this as the bigger shows, if people stop going to this, wouldn't that fucking put half of these assholes out of business?
Well, it would, of course.
Well, it's just like, like the Metallica. I'm not spending $140 to see a band I've seen 4 or 5 times for, 60 or 70 bucks. But I mean, this fucking... Go ahead.
No, you're right, dude. And the problem is that you don't get good seats for that either. If you were right up front on Metallica, it might be worth that. But I mean, you could be upper last row in the fucking building, and it's $150 a ticket.
Well, it's funny you were talking about back in the day. We actually went out to the Coliseum at fucking 5:30 in the morning when they announced the Deep Purple reunion tour back in '85.
Right.
We fucking were like the 10th person in line. And son of a bitch, we were in the, off the floor in that first section. I'm thinking we couldn't get on the fucking, in the first 15 rows.
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
So I'm with you with the smaller shows now. Fuck it. I haven't been. The pre-show was the last big show I went to, and it wasn't no 20,000, but I ain't gonna go to no more of these fucking shows.
Yeah. They're too expensive. And you don't get your value out of them.
No, I mean, fuck. I mean, and when those purple tickets went on sale, it was fucking the middle of December and the fucking freezing cold.
Yeah.
So fuck these bands. I just don't have it for that anymore. And if Led Zeppelin got back together, I'd probably pay $400 or $500, but I wouldn't pay $1,000. I love them, but I ain't paying that kind of money.
Yeah.
That's just insane.
It is.
Especially when you see Led Zeppelin for what, $20 back in '77 or what? I don't even think it was that much.
Probably about $4 back then.
I saw Kiss for $4.50 in '76, so yeah, maybe it wasn't even fucking $10. But all right, boys, that's all I got.
Yeah, fuck those guys.
Yeah, fuck them guys. Hail and kill. Fuck you, pal. Hand job and fuck Dayer.
There goes Jackal.
Led Zeppelin ticket, May 7th, 1973, $6.
Nice.
Led Zeppelin, what year? 1977, at the Kingdome, $10. I'm just looking at a bunch of old Zeppelin tickets. They're right around $10.50 back in 77, $10, $11. Now we're talking about $1,000.
Yeah.
That's fucking ridiculous.
I agree.
Crazy.
All right, dude, let's take a little break.
Okay.
I got a request from Scumdog.
All right.
You want to hear some Y&T?
All right.
So here's Y&T with Forever exclusively here
on your classic metal show.
Hey, everybody, this is Dave Menichetti from Y&T. You're at the right place. We're rocking with the classic metal show.